Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, plus people's reactions to those deaths, as seen at Legacy.com in the third week of December 2021. Musician Leonard Hubbard died December 16, 2021, at a hospital in Wynwood, Pennsylvania. He died of multiple myeloma at the age of 62. He was better known as Hub, the former longtime bassist for the acclaimed hip-hop band The Roots. Hubbard is being remembered as a classically trained musician who turned his love for jazz into unforgettable bass solos when he performed with The Roots. Musician Wanda Young died in December 2021 at the age of 78. She was a member of the Marvelettes, the first Motown group to score a #1 record with Please Mr. Postman. Young is being remembered for singing lead vocals on hits including Don't Mess with Bill and The Hunter Gets Captured by the Game. Rapper Kangol Kid died December 18, 2021, at a hospital in Manhasset, New York. He died of complications of colon cancer at the age of 55. He was a member of UTFO, the old-school hip-hop group that had an early rap hit in 1984 with Roxanne Roxanne. Kangol Kid is also being remembered as a breakdancer, songwriter, and music producer who co-founded the Mama Luke Foundation to support the fight against breast cancer. Senator Johnny Isakson died December 19, 2021, at his home in Atlanta. He died after fighting Parkinson's disease at the age of 76. He represented Georgia as a Republican in the U.S. Senate from 2005 to 2019. He is being remembered for his work toward bipartisan cooperation in Congress and for being a friend to all. Isakson was a veteran of the Georgia Air National Guard, serving in the 1960s and 70s. Musician Phil Chen died December 14, 2021, of cancer at the age of 75. He was a prolific session bassist who played with greats including Rod Stewart, Jeff Beck, and Bob Marley. Chen is being remembered for playing on hit songs including Stewart's Do You Think I'm Sexy and Beck's album Blow by Blow. Dancer Marjorie Tallchief died November 30, 2021, at her home in Delray Beach, Florida, at the age of 95. Her death was announced in December. She was one of the first Native American professional ballerinas, along with her sister Maria Tallchief. Tallchief is being remembered as the first American dancer to be named prima ballerina of the Paris Opera Ballet. '50s newsmaker Elfrida von Nardroff died November 11, 2021, at a hospice in West Hampton Beach, New York. She died of a stroke at the age of 96. Her death was publicly announced in December. She was a contestant on the TV quiz show 21, which was famously revealed to have been rigged. Von Nardroff is being remembered as the show's biggest winner, bringing in more than $220,000. Toy developer Henry Orenstein died December 15, 2021, at a hospital in Livingston, New Jersey. He died of COVID-19 at the age of 98. He helped launch the popular Transformers toy line, and he founded Topper Toys, featuring products including Johnny Lightning cars and Susie Cute dolls. Orenstein was a Holocaust survivor who is also being remembered for innovating televised poker by creating the whole cam, allowing viewers to see the players' face-down cards. Actress Sally Ann Howes died December 19, 2021, at a hospital in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, at the age of 91. She was best known for starring in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, playing candy heiress Truly Scrumptious. Howes is also being remembered for her Broadway career, where she followed Julie Andrews as the star of My Fair Lady. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags in Georgia have been lowered to honor the memory of Senator John Hardy Johnny Isakson. Flags in Minnesota have been lowered to honor the memory of Fire Captain Brian Lang of the Uppsala Fire Department. Flags in Pennsylvania have been lowered to honor the memory of firefighter Todd Cleaver Steese of the Mifflinburg Fire Department and Mount Pleasant Mayor and Fire Chief Gerald Jerry Lucia. Flags in Wisconsin have been lowered to honor the memory of retired Captain and Trooper Brian G. Peth of the Town of Peshtigo Fire Department and the Wisconsin State Patrol. Flags in Rhode Island have been lowered as a mark of respect for the 3,000 lives lost in Rhode Island to COVID-19. Flags in Kentucky have been lowered to honor the memory of Louisville Metro Police Department officer Zachary Cottengim, who died in the line of duty. This week also marks several notable anniversaries. 24 years ago this week, actor and comedian Chris Farley died of an overdose at the age of 33. 25 years ago this week, scientist and author Carl Sagan died of pneumonia at the age of 62. Actor Corey Haim was born 50 years ago this week. He died in 2010 of pneumonia at the age of 38. Football star Reggie White was born 60 years ago this week. He died in 2004 of cardiac arrhythmia at the age of 43. Olympic gold medalist Florence Griffith Joyner was born 62 years ago this week. She died in 1998 of an epileptic seizure at the age of 38. Musician Carl Wilson of the Beach Boys was born 75 years ago this week. He died in 1998 of lung cancer at the age of 51. Actor Robert Urich was born 75 years ago this week. He died in 2002 of cancer at the age of 55. Musician Maurice White of Earth, Wind & Fire was born 80 years ago this week. He died in 2016 of Parkinson's disease at the age of 74. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths and reactions.